Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, Damsels and Dingbats, to Subsistence. This episode, I'm going to go over some of the devices and appliances and such that we have in the house, things that you can build in the game. We'll talk about each item. This will probably be my last episode for this game for a while. I'm going to be moving on to other games. You've seen the house. I have the bed. I have since made the bed. Bed can be used if you spend 400 or 500 energy, or the 500 that I have now. It's going down because I have the lights and stuff on. If you spend 400 energy, you can buy a spawn. What that means is if you die, when you respawn, you can choose to respawn at your camp, at your house, instead of at random somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so that's handy to have. As you can see, I've moved my command console because the perimeter that goes around this that I was talking about in the last episode did not extend far enough for me to put my planters on those platforms, so I had to move it over. Here we have a fridge. Obviously, this is used for keeping your food from perishing. My meat here, my whatever this is, my rotten steak. The reason it is rotten is because you have to turn it on. So when you turn it on, it will drain from your command unit's power. Okay. Over here, we have the furnace. You take any kind of ore, copper or iron that you've mined, you drop it here and turn it on, and it will turn it into these fragments. Fragments are used for all kinds of different things, from making lockpicks to firearms upgrades. Okay. This is our mass fabricator. This will convert power into mass. This is handy because in the command console there are some items that require mass above 100. Now the command console will generate itself back up to a base of, I believe it's 500 energy, 500 power, and 100 mass. It will not generate beyond that. To get anything above that, you need an item like this. Mass Fabricator helps turn power into mass. Over here, we have a recycler. And this allows us to drag items and convert them into mass. That does take a little power to do. Fire real quick. Alright, it's good. So that'll help increase mass. Here I have my two generators. You don't need two, but I like to get my power up pretty fast. These use biofuel to generate power and feed it into your command unit. Your command unit, this is how you get your power above 500, okay? The workbench, this is the weapons bench. You put the weapon you want to upgrade here, and then these are your three options. You can either increase its firepower, its clip size, or its reload speed. And you can increase each, I believe you can increase each one up to 4 times, okay? It does cost quite a few copper fragments, and the weapon parts that you can find in a lot of chests or off of hunters. But it is handy. It does use power and mass as well. Over here, we have our storage units. These tall ones are power storage. As I said, your command unit will only store up to 500. You see over here, I've got a max storage of 1,500. That's because each of these larger power storage units will provide storage for up to an additional 500 power each. Okay? And this over here is a mass storage unit. It does the same thing, only it increases your mass storage. Duh. Okay. So if you come in here into the base command unit, If we look up something, for example, the weapons bench itself. One reason I had problems getting this weapons bench was because it requires 750 power and 120 mass. Well, when you start, you only have 100 mass and 500 power. So obviously we needed to build those storage units to be able to get our power and our mass up high enough to make this bench. And since the base command unit will not generate power beyond the 100 mass and the 500 power that it comes stock with, then you're going to need, you know, the generators and the recyclers and whatever to be able to generate beyond those limits. Okay, so these are the items that you use to generate the mass and the power. These are the items you use to store it. And obviously, this is the item you use to spend it. Alright, biofuel. How do we get biofuel for the generators? Okay, we can do this a couple ways. First of all, these medical herbs. You can take these medical herbs, and in the crafting option, you can turn them into biofuel at a cost of 4 each. Another way to do it is every time you kill an animal, you'll get this animal fat. Okay? You take this animal fat to your stove. Now, I've shown you how to use the stove to cook. Okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to click render fat. We're going to drop this animal fat right here. As long as that fire is burning and you have animal fat in here, it will begin rendering that fat into biofuel. Once you have your biofuel, take it over to your generator, drop it in, turn it on. Now you see it's generating 3 power per second into the command unit. Once it gets to 100, it'll start pumping it into the storage units. Okay? That's how that works. Now, real quick, let me go ahead and grab this ash to add to what I have here. We're going to go grab a couple of seeds. See, that was the generator. That's 1 unit of biofuel. Doesn't last very long, especially when you have it on turbo like I do. Okay, so we're going to take some tomato seeds. We're going to go ahead and come back out here into our yard. Probably get eaten by a wolf because you know me. And then I've got 3 planters out here, so I'm just come to my empty planter. And then you're going to drop your seeds into your planter. Okay? Then you're going to drop the ash, which is a fertilizer. And then water. As long as you keep the water and the fertilizer going, these... Oh, that was cotton, by the way. My bad. For some reason I thought that was tomatoes. Anyway, we'll go to cotton. Why not? So we'll drop these seeds in here like this. Doesn't take too long. About a day in game, you'll start to see some growth. Over here, you see we have some young plants. I believe these are tomato. Yeah, these are some young tomato plants. I watered and fertilized these before the episode, so they're doing good. But you can see these are filling up to indicate, you know, how far in the growth cycle they are. This can be upgraded. A lot of items in the game can be, like the weapons bench and so forth. Can be upgraded, you know, add grow light, increase power efficiency of growth, whatever, okay? So it can be upgraded. Down here, I have more cotton plants, and you can see, again, I've watered and fertilized them, okay? Once these grow and they reach their maturity, all you have to do is come up and activate each individual plant, much like you would a fiber plant or anything else out in the wild. Alright, and last but not least, we have our animal pens. Now, this was an exercise in futility because you have to shoot the chickens or the rabbits. And that's assuming you can see them. Chickens are easy to see, rabbits not so much. Chickens give off kind of a squawky noise when you get near, so at least they give you some heads up. A rabbit will do this little thumping cricket noise, and it's gone. So rabbits are really hard to get. The other drawback is when you shoot them, one of 2 things is going to happen. You're either going to straight up kill them, which is what's happened to me over and over and over again, or you're going to injure them. And if you get lucky enough to injure them, you need to get them back here pronto. And you need to get them in one of these animal pens, because they will die in your inventory if you wait too long. They'll bleed out. Okay? Even after all of that, as you can see, my animals are dead. You have to keep water and food in here constantly. These animals are ravenous. I don't know how. You know, I was feeding them every 5 minutes, and they were just going through it. I could not provide for these creatures. So obviously, you're going to want to get yourself a good stockpile of tomato plants going before you try this, okay? The way this works is you put your injured animal in here, and then it will heal over time, and its level will go up. Remember last time I said the reason I wasn't getting anything was because they have to be level 2? It says that it will give you, like chickens will give you an egg for every level above 2. Okay, well, my chickens were level 0, so I didn't, you know, that made sense. But what I've discovered is the longer you keep your animals in the pen, they will level up. And then once they level to the level they need to produce, they will start producing chickens, in this case, produce eggs. Okay. Right now, as far as I know, the only thing you can use eggs for is just to straight up eat them, which is fine because they do give you some protein. So that's good. Protein is good to have. That way you're not eating up all your protein bars or eating up all your chickens or going out there trying to kill wolves and bears just for some meat. Because we all know how fun that is. Alright, so obviously my chickens died. Was not able to keep them fed. Same thing with the rabbits over here. Rabbits work a little differently. I thought that they would breed and give me more rabbits, but none of them did that. Instead, what happened was they leveled up from level 0 to level 3. Now, I will show you what the difference is. Apparently, the higher level they are, the more goodies it gives you. So let's go ahead and butcher this level 1 rabbit. Maybe if I can get my right mouse button to work. Give me a second here. It's been kooky lately. Now, maybe if I close out of this. Come on. Probably my open broadcasting thing again. Alright, well, I had to restart the game for some reason. Like I said, open broadcasting system and this game seem to have a little glitchiness together. When you right-click on items, sometimes they don't give you what you need to interact with them. What I've done is I skinned the level 1 rabbit, and it gave us this raw, low-grade rabbit and 1 cloth, which I don't understand how cloth comes from rabbits, but I'll just pretend it's leather, okay, or something like that, hide. Okay. Now the level 3 rabbit gave us a raw high-grade rabbit. Okay, the difference here is the level 1 rabbit has a protein of +8, fruit and vegetables of +1, and hunger of +6. This raw high-grade rabbit has a protein of +18, fruit and vegetables +1, and a hunger of +16. Now that's a significant difference. That's like almost double. And plus it gave us twice the hide, okay? So, the chickens are the same way. And this meat all cooks up exactly like the steak does. Okay? See? Our fat's been rendered into biofuel, which, once again, is used in the generators. Okay? So, that's a rundown of everything that we have in the house. The only 2 things that I have not created so far, got the base lights, the wood burner, the refinery, the bed, the jennies, the plant beds, both storage unit types, the weapons bench, the fridge, the recycler, animal housing, the wellhead we discussed last episode, the hammer, the lockpick. I do not have the stove or the recliner yet, but those are at this point just cosmetic, so you really don't need them. So, that's that. I think we'll go ahead and chop this up with a couple scenes of me trying my hand and failing ridiculously at killing hunters that I recorded earlier. Apparently all hunters are wolves on 2 feet with guns, talking about overpowered. So, enjoy that. When that's done, so is this game. I may make more episodes in the future as it progresses and they put more stuff in. But now we're moving on. So, thank you again for joining us. And stay safe. Have fun. I'm going to eat me some rounds. I'm out. Peace.